Ladies and gentlemen, sure. Here's an expanded version of the first keynote. Change begins now in 1,000 words. Think about this. How many times have you told yourself, I'll start tomorrow, next week is when things will change, or once I have more time, I'll get serious. The problem with that mindset is that tomorrow has a funny way of turning into next week, next month, and next year. Before you know it, 6 months, a year, or even 5 years have passed, and nothing has changed. The most dangerous thing isn't failure, it's waiting for the perfect moment to begin. And that moment, it doesn't exist. The only moment you truly have is right now. Change happens the moment you decide that today is the day you take control. That's the first step. But let's be real, deciding isn't enough. A lot of people make decisions. They decide they're going to get in shape, start a business, fix their finances, or improve their relationships. But a decision without action is just a wish, and a wish is powerless without movement. The difference between those who transform their lives and those who stay stuck isn't what they want, it's what they do about it. Let's talk about why most people don't start. One reason is comfort. It's easy to stay in a routine even if it's not working for you. People get used to struggling, used to being unhappy, used to being broke. As strange as it sounds, that comfort zone, no matter how uncomfortable it actually is, feels safe. The brain resists change because change feels risky. That's why so many people stay stuck. They don't lack ability, intelligence, or opportunity. They lack urgency. But here's something powerful to understand. Change doesn't take years. It takes a moment. One decision followed by action repeated consistently creates unstoppable momentum. You don't need a lifetime to reinvent yourself. You need 6 months of absolute focus. Just 6 months of discipline, learning, action, and persistence can change the next 6 years, 10 years, or the rest of your life. Now, does that mean everything will be perfect in 6 months? No, but 6 months is long enough to prove to yourself what's possible. It's enough time to create a body transformation, to build the foundation of a new income stream, to repair a broken relationship, or to develop a completely new mindset. It's enough time to go from stuck to moving, from doubtful to confident, from lost to clear on your direction. The secret is simple. Start now, not next Monday, not after your birthday, not when the timing is better. There is no better time. The person who wins in 6 months is the person who starts today, even if today's step is small. Some people hesitate because they think they need to have the perfect plan before they begin. That's another illusion. Planning is important, but perfectionism kills progress. You don't need to see the whole staircase to take the first step. Start with what you know. Start with what you have. When you begin moving, clarity comes. When you take action, the next step reveals itself. Another reason people delay change is fear. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of wasting time. But here's the truth: fear will always be there. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't isn't that successful people have no fear, it's that they move forward in spite of fear. They act even when they're uncertain. They start even when they're not ready. And that's what gives them an advantage. Imagine two people. One spends 6 months researching, overthinking, and waiting for the right moment. The other starts imperfectly, fails, learns, adjusts, and improves. Who do you think will be further ahead? The one who started. Action beats hesitation every single time. So how do you begin? First, decide what needs to change. Be brutally honest with yourself. What area of your life is holding you back? Is it your health, your finances, your habits, your relationships? Clarity is power. When you're clear on what must change, the next step is to set a target. Not a vague goal like I want to be better. No, a real target. Something measurable. Instead of I want to get in shape, say I will lose 20 pounds in 6 months. Instead of I want to start a business, say I will launch my business and make my first $5,000 in 6 months. Instead of I want to improve my mindset, say I will read 6 life-changing books and apply what I learn every day. The more specific your target, the stronger your commitment will be. Once you have your target, you reverse engineer it. Break it down. What do you need to do this month? What actions must happen this week? What can you start doing today? The key is to make it so clear that there's no room for doubt. And then this part is crucial. You must develop discipline. Motivation is great, but it fades. Discipline is what keeps you going when motivation disappears. Discipline is waking up and doing the work when you don't feel like it. It's choosing the hard right over the easy wrong. It's remembering that every decision you make either moves you closer to your goal or further from it. People say they don't have time, but the reality is it's not about time, it's about priority. Look at where your hours go. Social media, Netflix, scrolling aimlessly, there's your extra time. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't isn't that successful people have more hours in the day, it's that they use their hours differently. They cut out distractions. They focus on what moves them forward. And here's the secret: momentum makes discipline easier. The hardest part is the beginning. The first few days, the first few weeks, that's when doubt creeps in. But once you push through and start seeing progress, something shifts. You start believing in yourself. You start realizing that you are in control. And when that belief kicks in, it's game over. Because a person who believes in their ability to change becomes unstoppable. Another powerful key? Environment. Who you surround yourself with matters more than you think. If you spend time with people who are negative, lazy, or stuck in old habits, they will pull you down. If you surround yourself with people who challenge you, inspire you, and push you to be better, your growth will accelerate. Change isn't just about what you do, it's about who you become. And the people around you shape that. Now let's get real, there will be obstacles. Challenges will come. You will have days where you want to quit. That's normal. Expect it. The difference is when most people hit resistance, they stop. But if you've already decided that you will push through no matter what, then resistance just becomes part of the process. You don't quit because it's hard. You keep going because it's hard, knowing that everything you want is on the other side of that struggle. So if you've been waiting for a sign to start, this is it. This is your moment. 6 months from now, you will look back and either be proud of how far you've come or regretful that you didn't start. The choice is entirely in your hands. This section is designed to be high energy, motivational, and straight to the point, just like a speech in the style you're looking for. Let me know if you'd like any refinements or additional details. Success is never about one grand moment. It's not about a single breakthrough, a lucky break, or some massive event that changes everything overnight. That's the illusion people fall for. They see someone who has transformed their life, built wealth, developed an incredible body, or created extraordinary relationships, and they assume it must have happened suddenly. But in reality, success is the result of small, disciplined actions repeated consistently over time. Think about it. How does someone get out of shape? It doesn't happen after one bad meal or skipping one workout. It happens after months or even years of small, poor choices. One soda turns into a daily habit. One missed workout turns into a lifestyle. The same principle works in reverse. If poor choices add up, good choices do too. One healthy meal won't change your body, but a series of them will. One workout won't get you fit, but 6 months of consistency will transform you. 1 hour of reading won't make you wise, but daily study will sharpen your mind beyond belief. The problem is that most people ignore the power of small disciplines. They want fast results, so they swing between extremes. They either go all in for a few days, then burn out, or they don't start at all because they think the small steps won't matter. But small steps done daily create unstoppable momentum. Take finances, for example. People look at wealthy individuals and assume they got lucky or had some massive windfall. What they don't see is the years of small financial disciplines that made the difference. Saving a little extra, investing wisely, avoiding unnecessary expenses, and making strategic choices over time, those little disciplines compound into financial freedom. The person who invests $10 a day might not see much after a month, but after 10 years, they've built a strong foundation. The same principle applies to skills. No one becomes an expert overnight. Whether it's learning an instrument, mastering a new language, or becoming a better speaker, it all comes down to small, consistent improvements. The person who spends 15 minutes a day learning a new skill will, after 6 months, be far ahead of the person who waited for the perfect time to dedicate hours. The secret to success is understanding this compounding effect. One good choice leads to another. One productive habit makes the next one easier. The more disciplined you become, the more discipline feels natural. It stops feeling like a chore and starts becoming part of who you are. The reason most people struggle is that they don't see immediate results, so they quit. They go to the gym for a week, don't see a big change, and give up. They try to save money but don't feel rich instantly, so they stop. They read a book but don't feel smarter, so they never pick up another one. What they don't realize is that results always lag behind actions. The work you put in today won't always show up tomorrow, but it will show up if you keep going. Think of it like planting a seed. You don't see the tree the next day, but something is happening beneath the surface. Growth is taking place even if you can't see it. Success works the same way. You have to trust the process. You have to believe that the small things you do today are shaping your future, even when there's no obvious proof. The real challenge isn't in making big moves, it's in sticking to small disciplines when no one is watching. It's easy to get excited at the beginning. Motivation is high and everything feels possible. But what happens when motivation fades? That's when discipline takes over. When you make a commitment to stick to the process no matter what, you separate yourself from the crowd. Most people only take action when they feel like it, but feelings are unreliable. If you only work when you're motivated, you'll be inconsistent, and inconsistency kills progress. The key is to make discipline automatic, to make it part of your identity. Instead of thinking, I have to work out, shift to, I'm the kind of person who never skips a workout. Instead of thinking, I should save money, shift to, I'm the kind of person who manages money wisely. The identity shift is everything. When you see yourself as someone who follows through, discipline becomes easier. The hardest part of any new habit is the beginning. Your mind resists change. It wants comfort. But the more you push through, the easier it gets. Eventually, the things that once felt difficult become second nature. The best way to build discipline is to start ridiculously small. Want to start working out? Commit to just 5 minutes a day. Want to read more? Read just 1 page. The goal is to prove to yourself that you can be consistent. Once you build the habit, you can increase the intensity, but the most important thing is starting. People often underestimate what they can achieve in 6 months. They think real change takes years, so they don't even try. But 6 months of daily, disciplined effort can transform your body, your income, your mindset, and your relationships. It's not about giant leaps, it's about showing up every single day and stacking small wins. There will be days when you don't feel like it, days when you'll want to skip, when excuses will feel valid. But every time you push through, you build resilience. Every time you show up despite not feeling like it, you prove to yourself that you are stronger than your emotions. And that's where real confidence comes from, not from fake positivity, but from proving to yourself that you can be counted on. Discipline isn't a punishment. It's the path to freedom. The more disciplined you are, the more control you have over your life. The more disciplined you are with your time, the more time you have for the things that matter. The more disciplined you are with your health, the better you feel every day. The more disciplined you are with your money, the more financial choices you have. The more disciplined you are in your relationships, the stronger and more fulfilling they become. If you want to reset your life in 6 months, this is the key. Small disciplines, repeated daily. No shortcuts, no magic formulas, just showing up and doing the work. The question isn't whether you can change. The question is whether you will do the little things that create big results. Because the truth is, in 6 months, you're going to be somewhere. The only question is, will you be proud of where you end up?